Joining me now is the 70th Secretary of State and Fox News contributor, Mike Pompeo. Mr. Secretary, great to see you.
Great to be with you.
Thank you so much for being here this morning. I want to get your take on this Iranian threat. First of all, this idea that we're being told that President Trump had increased Secret Service protection because of the threat. I thought President Trump had among the smallest Secret Service protection of anyone. What about the Secret Service protection on President Trump?
So I've seen the reporting that suggests that somehow because of this Iranian intelligence that was collected on the Iranian plot against the president, he had increased intelligence. There's no evidence of that. I don't know all the details. I'm sure the investigation will uncover this. But what we saw was a complete breakdown of the Secret Service's ability to protect a former president, the current candidate for president of the United States of a major party. And with not only what we saw on Saturday, but this Iranian plot that the Biden administration has done literally nothing to address. It's been going on for years. It is serious business, and it is a failure of leadership for the United States to allow a former president of the United States to come under this kind of threat and do nothing in response.
Well, thank you for that, because I didn't think there was any evidence of more Secret Service protection, and I feel like that's propaganda. And now we had an assassination attempt. How is it possible that the Secret Service could allow a guy, a 20-year-old kid carrying a ladder and a major gun, and get up on a roof, and then the excuse from the director of the Secret Service is that it was a sloped roof?
So I know a lot of these folks that work in protection. I have a protective detail myself. I know the Secret Service folks. A sloped roof? These folks can swim the river with a dagger in their mouth. These are American heroes. These are good people. To think that because there was a roof that a 20-year-old kid could scale, but a Secret Service protection team or a CAT team couldn't scale, I mean, that's just lame. We know there was a massive failure. It looks like it was a systemic failure, in addition to a tactical failure in the moment to identify this as a potential place and actually protect the president from this. But for the grace of God, this country would be in a very different place today. And the Secret Service, under President Biden's leadership, has done nothing. And sadly, Maria, much like when they couldn't find the Secretary of Defense for a couple weeks, or we had Chinese balloons flying over our country, no one has been held accountable for these security failures against the United States. It's one of the reasons I think you see the unity here in this convention. People can see we need American leadership again.
Secretary, this is just extraordinary. How does that happen? How does the U.S. Secret Service allow a guy to get shots off that now we're talking about at least one fatality?
Can't explain it. Literally, it is unexplainable to think this wasn't a complicated plot by a sophisticated, it appears,
right,
by a sophisticated team that had cased this for years. In an attempt, this was a kid. And this kid just wandered up on a roof and got a shot off against the former president of the United States. I wish I had an answer for you. I hope that we get answers. I hope the American people get transparency. But to see that suggests what else? I always think when I see moments, when I see tragedies like we narrowly avoided for the president, but the loss of life and the injury to other Americans, I always think, what's next? What else have we missed and we've just been lucky so far? And where are the other gaps? There's no confidence in the American people today that the American national security apparatus is actually delivering safety and security for the American people.
Wow, how extraordinary. And Mr. Secretary, I know that your protection was renewed after you received threats from Iran. You have had this fatwa on your back for years since the Soleimani killing. Is that right?
Yeah, the Iranians were trying to kill me.
Yeah. And you have been living with this.
Yeah, my wife, my family, we all live with it. It's part of our new normal. We did the right thing for America. The strike to take out Qasem Soleimani, as you said earlier, who had killed 500 Americans, some of whom were my friends from my time in the United States Army. He killed 500 Americans. He was plotting to kill more Americans. We did the right thing. But for President Trump, we wouldn't have done it. The whole team at State and others said this will cause World War III. It didn't. What it did is it demonstrated American power and resolve. We restored deterrence against Iran. And this administration, we talk about the threats against the president, the threats on my life, but this is a bigger challenge. Today, the Israelis have 80,000 people not living in the north of their country. You have these crazy guys in Yemen called the Houthis firing at commercial vessels, denying ships transit through the waters in the Middle East. This is an administration that has just not done the things that are necessary. And what we saw on October 7th, one of the greatest atrocities, barbaric atrocities that we have seen, certainly in my lifetime, you can see that America has lost its leadership on the global stage, and that is very dangerous for the people in this auditorium and people all across the country.
And you've traveled to Israel many times over the last year in solidarity to talk with officials there as they are getting crushed or trying to fight for their own survival. You've made the point with me in the past that part of the issue here is there's no deterrence, that this administration fails when it comes to deterring our adversaries. Is that right?
In the end, for America, the most central feature of our security is peace that comes from a powerful America and a president that is perceived as protecting America against challenges that it faces, whether that is in Afghanistan, where this administration got 13 of our brave young soldiers killed in the debacle that took place in Afghanistan, whether it's the fact that we now have a war in Europe, the first ground war in Europe in decades, where Vladimir Putin is running around with no cost imposed on him. And now what you're seeing in the Middle East, we had delivered greater peace, greater prosperity to the region. By January 21, 4 nations had agreed to recognize Israel's right to exist, a basic idea. And now you have Hamas killing 1,200 Israelis, and by the way, still holding Americans today. As we sit here, Maria, 6 Americans, I pray they are still all alive, being held by Hamas and the Iranians. And President Biden simply doesn't even talk about it. He ignores this. This is danger. Our adversaries can see this, and they're moving around the cabin freely, and our friends don't trust us anymore.
Mm-hmm. And of course, after the botched withdrawal from Afghanistan, China amped up its aggression as well, and we don't see any pushback from this administration on that either.
Maria, you and I have spoken about the Chinese Communist Party and the threat it poses an awful lot. The threat it poses in the Pacific and the threat it poses here at home inside the gates. This is something that this administration simply just hopes passes on its watch. This is the most passive, lacking basic competence national security team that I have seen. They refuse to stand up for American values and do the things that deliver that deterrence, that convince the bad guys that if you screw with America, there will be real costs. President Biden has chosen not to do that. 47th president of President Trump, I am confident, can restore that deterrence. It'll take a lot of work, but I'm convinced he will and can do it.
Secretary, you've done so much for our great nation, and I want to thank you for your service to our great nation, from the Army to Congress to CIA Director to Secretary of State in the Trump administration. Are you willing to take on another role, perhaps the Defense Secretary in a Trump administration?
First President Trump has to win, but if I can serve and make a difference, I've always said yes, and I would do so again.
Secretary, thank you very much.
Maria, bless you. Thank you.
We so appreciate your time. Secretary of State